Hello everyone, and welcome to Seven Waters Tarot. Today is a special, or say this morning is a special message for someone. A little background, I was doing, just messing with the tarot cards, and I didn't really have any questions to really ask, so I just asked the Divine if there was anything that was, needing to be said to me or shared with me. And the cards began to fall out, and there was a message. So I want to go over this message for whoever this message is for. I know that you're going to be coming to my channel because I got the message. So with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started on this message that I received for someone, or I should say somebody's, because there's a couple people involved in this. So let me just go over. So basically what you're looking at, or what the message I was given, is that there is a, so this is regarding air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Or this could be in your chart somewhere, or your moon, your rising, your Jupiter. So basically I'm going to go over the message that I got, and it's quite detailed, so I'm going to try to make this as less as confusing as possible. And there's like a couple messages wrapped all into one. So the first row that I got was basically the Chariot, the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Magician. And I did use the Rider-Waite deck. I feel like the Rider-Waite deck is very much, if it could be a person, or it would be a very straightforward, this is what's up, no sugarcoating. It's very, I feel it's a very straightforward deck, and it doesn't pull any punches, and it does have some detail involved, but it's just really straightforward. So I wasn't really planning on using this deck. It's just what, this is not my normal reading. So anyways, I'm going to go over this for someone, and I hope that you guys are able to, I hope this helps you in some way. So here, the first row, I got the Chariot, the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Magician. And so it looked like, this is a divine couple, or this is a coupleship that is going to happen. And when I went to clarify, about the King and Queen, because I didn't really know who these people were, and why they were showing up, and just my, hey, do you have anything to tell me kind of thing. So I did some more clarification, just curious on how the story was going to unravel, because I'm like, who are these people? So then I got the the Five of Cups, strength so under the Chariot, I got the Five of Cups. So basically it looks like, someone was really at some time really focused on some disappointment with three other cups. So there was something that happened, that there was some, wine spilt, so to speak, and they're not noticing that there's two other cups behind them, because they're just really focused on, what has happened, in the past. And so with that being said, I think I need a little bit more light. Hold on a second. Okay, so that's a little bit better. So, and basically one thing that's really interesting about this card is that there is a bridge in the background, and so he's on one side of the water, and he can very well cross over. So that came up under the Chariot to clarify. So someone, within this connection is really focusing on, the spilt cups. And another thing about this is that this card in this Rider-Waite deck, it also can symbolize marriage. And but it is, you know, it's definitely going to have some trials. And I almost feel like this is kind of embodying what is going on here. That there's some type of like I don't know, like bitterness involved. There's some regrets involved. I'm not exactly sure what the regret is, but that's like the overall feeling of this union here. Now it looks like, okay, so I wanted to find out more about the king, and it looks like he's really using his strength, trying to, you know, rope in his emotions and his feelings, and you know, he's looking at, you know, what has been accomplished, looking over his, you know, maybe his family, and looking at, you know, what he's created and what has been created. I'm looking at the Three of Wands here, you know, what actions have been taken, and you know, there's some type of clash, because the Three of Hearts fell out, and it kind of fell out here on the Eight of Cups. And you know, with the Eight of Cups, you know, it shows someone having, you know, someone, you know, in emotions, and this is love and things of that nature, but this person's walking away. Now, this is not always being seen as a bad card. It's just, in this instance, it's kind of signifying that there will be the king is definitely contemplating walking away. You know, it seems like he's trying to hold on to this relationship. With the strength card, using his strength, you know, trying to do the right thing and hold on to this relationship. But in the end, there's something, you know, that there's a broken heart. There's a broken heart here that happened. And so therefore he's going to be walking away from a situation, and it looks like it's going to be this union with the Queen of Swords. Now, in the Rider-Waite, that the Queen of Swords is not really that happy. She's, you know, very truthful, very honest, but sometimes can be brutally so. And same thing with the king as well. But it doesn't. She doesn't have to be. It just that's the connotation. And there's been some, you know, there's an upset between him and her. And, you know, the divine is really saying that something's going to happen here. And I'll tell you what it is. With the queen, okay, so it's like they're dealing with their own thoughts, their own, like, kind of their own private inner world, if you will. Okay. And for the queen, it looks like, okay, so it's like saying, you know, she's trying to balance things out. You know, she is trying to, you know, kind of the same, like with strength, you know, bring things into submission, and, you know, keep things running, and trying to be patient. You know, patience is definitely required for your situation, what you are going through. And it looks like, so now with that being said, that there's going to be, you know, I'm not, you know, if it's patience dealing with this man, oops, my hair is on the table here, sorry. Dealing with the King of Swords, you know, this energy, it's required to be patient and to balance yourself, because when you know, whenever anybody goes through trials, you know, you have to make sure you're grounded and that you stay stable, you know, and don't get uprooted because they're uprooting themselves, you know. And so it looks like with the queen, there's also going to be, there's a judgment that's been made, whether she has made this judgment or the divine. It looks like the divine has actually made the judgment. And there's going to be a judgment in there, and there's some kind of relationship that's going to be resurrected out of all of this. And I'm trying to gather these cards up. there is going to be a King of Wands coming into the picture, and it looks like this is a divinely guided resurrection, bringing a relationship back, a person from the past. A person from the past is coming back, and this could very well turn into a third-party situation if it hasn't already. But I do know that the King of Swords is definitely walking around with a broken heart. And this also symbolizes, you know, a third-party situation is about to happen. Next up was the Ace of Swords, and this is why I was saying that this is going to be some kind of relationship resurrected, because the King of Wands is coming in with a new beginning. I don't know if this is an offer from him or this is what's happening. There's a new beginning happening with this, the King of Wands. The King of Wands is, you know, full of passion. It's a fire sign, and he's very passionate, full of action. You know, it could have been that the King and Queen of air, or as air signs, swords, maybe just being too cold to each other, not communicating properly. But there's been some judgment with this fire sign coming in, and it looks like this King of Swords, this energy has left the building, like he's left the relationship, whether there was a separation, a divorce. I'm not seeing justice here, so I'm not sure if this was just, you know, a coupleship where you guys had a long-term relationship and you guys parted, both of you guys being air signs, or someone had air in their chart. But it looks like the King of Swords energy has left, but he's left with a broken heart. And it could have been because of this fire sign coming in with the King of Wands starting this new beginning with the Queen of Swords. At the end of the Ace of Swords clarified is the Four of Coins. I'm sorry, the Four of Pentacles, Pentacles. And, you know, this is a card about abundance and holding on. This also can, you know, and it seems like this is more about holding on, more about, yeah, and you know, this is about clinging on and holding on to what one has. And it looks like it's right under the new beginning with, I mean, this is not just a new beginning, but this is new beginning with power, having power over, you know, every circumstance, you know, love, money, spirituality, like all of that and the above. And that's right under the King. So, and of course that's being under judgment and bringing something back. This is what's being brought into the Queen of Swords life, and it could be as a result of the King. You know, there's something that transpired between the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and he ended up leaving with a broken heart. And it's, you know, with the Chariot at the beginning, it's coming quick. So if you guys, you know, just, you know, take it as, you know, with a grain of salt, but this is happening fast. Like this is, you know, I don't see it. The tower isn't here, but this is, so it's not going to be shocking. And you guys might already know this is coming, or it just happened. But with the Chariot here, yeah, there's definitely some things that work. Now let's move over to the Magician. So this is about, Magician is about manifesting and being given, like divinely manifesting, not just like, you know, I want this or whatever. This is like divinely using, you know, one's resources to, you know, your spiritual, divine, your natural resources, combining those together and actually manifesting, knowing what you want and bringing it to pass. But underneath that, you know, comes the devil. And it looks like, so some of you guys may have manifested your way, you you know, into an obsessive, you know, you ask for something, you got it, but it turned into an obsession. This also could be you manifesting your way out of a manifesting your way out of an obsession or a bad relationship, where there just wasn't enough love to carry you guys through. There's some miscommunications perhaps, but you know, this is what manifested, and you may have manifested your way out of this bonded relationship. And this is why I say it could be a marriage as well. And of course, with the Five of Cups also can speak of marriage, but a very unhappy marriage, or a marriage with challenges. And you know, I just want to say I'm so sorry, you know, if someone's getting divorced. It's never like, you know, it never feels good to, you know, part a relationship that's been for a while, you know, but if it's necessary, it's necessary. And then with the sun coming and clarifying, oh, there we go, clarifying the devil. So basically, this is something that you've been able to manifest your way out of. You've planted seeds, you know, you've invested in something. It doesn't also have to be money. It could be a relationship, your spirituality. You can invest in you. But this is a card about waiting, you know, and waiting for your money to grow. It could be waiting for, you know, your relationship to grow, waiting for yourself to grow, something, you know, waiting for something to manifest. And this is a perfect card to come underneath the Magician, because this is something that you're manifesting. Whatever you, because he has his shovel, or his what is that, a hoe? I don't have my glasses on, you guys. But you know, he's done the work, and now he's waiting for his harvest. And then check this out. So then underneath him, this is about, so what you're waiting for is your new beginning. And this is a beginning of, so this is a passionate new beginning, and this is a beginning of creation, creating something, being a creator. This is like you know, and inventing something. It's enterprises. It could be, you know, business. It could also be, you know, the power to do these things. Yeah, but this is like a passionate new beginning, and this is something that you've manifested, and it is definitely on its way. So when I asked the question, like, you know, I wanted some more explanation about this couple and what's going on with them. And so this is why I said it's a divine couple, because I got the, you know, the twin flame card, the 1111. This is the Four of Wands. This is action, marriage. This is union. This is a union card, but it's mostly seen as the divine union. And so when this came out, I thought, okay, I know what this is. And then we have the Emperor, which is another divine energy. And so, you know, basically what's happening here is that this is, you know, about a divine union happening, and perhaps these two, King of air, I'm sorry, I keep saying air, it's because it's an air sign, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. It looks like this here is the divine union with the King of Wands, because we have resurrection here, we have the new beginning, we have the holding on with the king. You know, he has gotten his heart broken. I you know, with this, you know, bad marriage, you know, it's perhaps something that he didn't expect. Neither one of you expected that. You thought would go well, but there's going to be a parting of ways. And, you know, someone's feeling, you know, betrayed. But we do have the Emperor here. And this could be someone's, you know, advisor, or someone that you know, you guys may go to. This could also be a counselor. But this is someone who's going to bring, well, there's a type of judgment too that goes along with the Emperor, especially in this kind of scenario. But there's been a divine you know, kind of a judgment where the divine is trying to bring things back into balance for you guys, because you know, someone was feeling, and it's right underneath the king, so he's feeling really betrayed right now. But there will be a victory, you know, and someone is coming in with a message, and this message, you know, this message is going to be really important, and it's also having to do with you know, this could be a message of love, and it could be coming from the King of Wands. There's also could be a message of love for the King of Swords. But it looks like someone is, you know, maybe trying to hold on to this relationship between the king and the queen. There is a victory on the horizon for one of either the king or the queen. That, you know, it's not 100% definite, but this does fall over the queen. So there's some type of victory that's happening for the queen, and you know, there's some action that's going to be happening, some fast action. With the Nine of Wands, you know, this is about you know, fighting for what you believe in, standing up for what's right, you know, being vigilant, keeping the competition away. And this could very well have to do with the King of Wands, since it's a Nine of Wands, keeping the competition away. Or it could be that the king is really still wanting to, even though he has a broken heart and he wants to walk away, he's still trying to hold on to this relationship and fight out the competition. But there is a message on the way. But if this is a divine union that the king is trying to fight against, it's not going to work for too long. And it's just best to, and I'm not sure which energy this is, but since it's under the king, I'm going to say it's the King of Swords. You know, it's best not to hold on to what's not yours. And just to let it go. And I'm going to get you guys some... this is a pretty deep message, you guys. I'm sorry. I guess because I'm kind of a deep person. I like deep things, but this is really, yeah, this is really, you know, deep. And, you know, you guys take care of yourselves out there. You know, relationships are not easy. Whoa. By any means. And sometimes when we have surprises and we don't see things coming and we think, oh, this person is the one, and then you find out later on they're not the one for whatever reasons, it could be very heartbreaking. But it's in the end, you know, especially if you really take care of yourself and you really connect yourself to the divine and find out what's going on and get with the collective, and start to really, you know, to refine yourself, you know, spiritually, then you'll find out that, you know, it was sometimes breakups are hard, but they're divine, and it's for your growth, and something better is coming your way. Not to say that, you know, each other at that time was a good choice, but then, you know, sometimes things come to an end. And it's for our good. So, although it doesn't feel good at the beginning, I think, you know, most humans that have relationships know that it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world by any means, but it doesn't feel good at all. So I'm gonna pull an oracle card for you guys, just as some more encouragement. Sorry for my little dry hands. I wasn't expecting to like have to, you know, say this message, and I was contemplating not even say anything, but then I thought, you know, it's kind of my responsibility, since I decided I wanted to use this channel to help other people. Yeah, so okay, so what we have here is the second chakra, and this is Archangel Ariel. And I'm sorry it's not, let me see if we can get a little clearer. No, this camera, I swear. So anyhow, it's Archangel Ariel in the second chakra, and that has to do with, you know, just let me get one more. has to do with love and, you know, intimacy. One more for this pile. People who this pile is for. Okay. So last thing, you know, is strategy. And oops. And you know, strategy talks about, you know, really thinking about your plan, you know, what to do next, what to plan next, you know, what's your next move? This is, you know, this is going down, so what should I do? You know, how should I handle myself? And the one thing that I would say, just, you know, as another human to another human, is to make sure that you get rest, you know, don't let this keep you up. Really focus on, if you have to do like some meditation, and really get yourself focused, and try not to spend too much time, you know, in the shadows. And what I mean by that, you know, shadow boxing thoughts, you know, going over conversations over and over in your head, all those things, you know, it does happen, but, you know, excessively, you don't want to do that. What you really want to keep yourself focused on is just to get really busy, you know, loving and taking care of yourself, because either way, male or female, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, you know, who, see, and the King of Wands, you know, you're all very, very human and very in need of, you know, self-care. No matter what you're going through, always take care of yourself, because this may seem like a really hard season, but it's just a season. This too shall pass. Trust me. And remove yourself from, you know, the situations that are, you know, dangerous to your health and to your mental. Take a break, retreat, take care of yourself. Okay, so with that being said, I hope this reading was helpful. If it at all resonates, leave a comment in the bottom. Oh, you know what? Let me get you a goddess card too. I feel like I need to get you a goddess card. This is a pretty tough situation. I might even sage it for you guys. Ugh. Oh, no, yeah, just a sec. So, whoop. Okay, all right. Oh, all right. So what came out is Inner Wisdom. And this is Athena. And it says, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So like I was saying, just with the strategy, you know, make sure you take care of yourself, you know, understand what your financial obligations are if you guys live together, if you're married, you know, take stock and try to be fair to each other, and you know, still keep your good karma. And know that this is a hard thing that you may have to go through, but it definitely, I know, understandably, yeah, it definitely will pass, and the sting will go away, you know, after. I keep hitting my camera. In just a while. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sage this, you know, just because of the energy, and I just feel like it's just something that I need to do. So I'm going to sage this for you guys, since, you know, I know about it and you know about it, so we might have to do something about it. Okay, so I just want to clear the energy, this negative energy that's with this connection, and we just bring in love and light, bring in good energy. What has to be, but we pray that it's, you know, it works out well for all parties and all individuals. And we pray for healing hearts to heal quick, to heal faster, to heal with expediency. And go with love and light, you guys. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye-bye. Leave a message in the comments if this resonated for you, if this was your message. And this could be multiple couples. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful rest of the morning, rest of the afternoon, and the rest of the evening. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.